2. Grace Allred set the serve once again. Bit softer on the serve. Sharks in system. Right pin attack from Dobbin Deek. And a free ball will be sent over by George Washington. Sharks in system. Bring it back to the near pin. And there's a kill for Carolina Nova. And that finally snaps a 4-0 scoring run for George Washington. Gets the ball back over to the Sharks as Katie Berg gets the serve. George Washington in system, over to the near side, sent over by Womble. That's a hitting error by LIU. 7-3 George Washington. Back-to-back nights with a best start for the team from Washington, D.C. They lead 7-3, a team in search of its first win of the season. It's dropped its first 3 overall. There's a serve from Elizabeth Drelling. Near pin attack for the Sharks. Set up just beyond the 3-meter line. That's a kill once again for Elizabeth Drelling. 8-3, George Washington leads. George Washington's season opening match against Howard was postponed. Dropped 3-0 to New Orleans. Then traveled to its crosstown rivals American, dropped 3-1. Here comes the serve from Drelling, who just had the kill. George Washington leads by 5. In system, over to the far pin, an attack from Brittany Myers. She gets the kill. 9-3 George Washington, and Ken Coe quickly off his chair, calls a timeout. Look to reconvene his group. 9-3 George Washington, an early lead. We'll step aside real quick. Be back on the other side. Keep things here. 9-3 the score. Minute between the timeout here as Ken Coe gathers his troops. 9.
Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, AVP, has resumed daily round-trip flights to Washington's Dulles. Leave AVP in the morning, be in D.C. for the day, and return in time for dinner. Or fly hassle-free from AVP to Charlotte and Chicago with daily flights heading south and west. It's safe, easy, and convenient. Download the Fly AVP app to track departures and arrivals, check parking lot and garage space, and terminal amenities. Fly AVP hassle-free.
At times like these, we lean on each other. Family, friends, neighbors. We're united in the fight. Geisinger was born more than 100 years
Elizabeth Drelling serves from back line on the near side of your stream. Serves over. Serve receive. Over to the far pin. There's an attack from Mukara. In system is the Colonials. Dug up by the Sharks. Down the middle attack. Trying for a roll shot. And that one drops in. Olivia Lucia picks up her first kill of the match. And LIU able to stifle another George Washington run. Ken Coe's group looking for a bit of a response to a hot start from George Washington in search of its first victory of the season. Sophie Young, the New Zealand native, on the serve for LIU. That's receive. Down the middle attack. Dug up by the Sharks, set in the middle. Over to the far pin. A roll shot from Haskova. Strong attack from Elizabeth Drelling, but it sails a little bit long. Hitting error for Drelling. 9-5 the score. George Washington still has the lead. And LIU serves again. Once again, Sophie Young. Sophie Young, a junior college transfer on the Sharks roster. Tries to dig it up. And a free ball sent over by the Sharks. Set in the middle. Down the middle attack. Dug up by LIU. Young sets near pin. And the kill belongs to Carolina Nova. Was tipped at the net by George Washington. 9-6 the advantage remains for the Colonials, but LIU chipping in. Young serves again. In system, far pin. Hitting error, sailed a bit wide from Brittany Myers. Now it's just a 2-point match. Sophie Young in as the setter. Had 26 assists the night ago. Another far pin attack and block at the net. And Stasia Scott is joined by teammate Olivia Lucia up for that. This time a timeout is called from Katie Reifert. 9-8 the score. George Washington still has the lead, but it's a 5-0 run currently for the LIU Sharks. We'll keep things here. Once again, Jake Starr joining you here on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube channel for the second of 4 matches this morning and afternoon. Following this match, it'll be a matchup between NJIT and George Washington, and then Bucknell and LIU cap things off at 4 o'clock from Davis Gym. Take a look now at Ken Coe addressing his group. Mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Ken Coe picked up his 100th career win last night against NJIT. Ken Coe, 100 wins, 86 losses, 538 win percentage all time. For the 7th year coach for the LIU Sharks. Take a look at the George Washington group on the other side. It's Katie Reifert. Had an excellent conversation with her earlier in the week following the team's loss against Delaware. And you can tell for a group like George Washington, just establishing the culture is so important. It's a group that has a first-year head coach, 2 first-year assistant coaches in Justin Wong and Nicole Alfert. And they're just trying to find an identity, just trying to establish a culture down in Washington, D.C. Out of the timeout, Young serves for LIU. Set up in the middle, near pin roll shot from Womble. Free ball sent over, and making them pay for LIU was Tierra Porter right down the middle. Drops it right in the kitchen. 10-8 the score. George Washington has the lead, gets the serve back. Amina Robinson, the freshman libero, will serve for the Colonials. Sails a bit long. Point goes to LIU. It's cut the lead to just 1 for George Washington. Carolina Nova set the serve for the Sharks. In system, near pin. There's a kill. Liv Womble picks up another kill for George Washington. That's her 3rd kill of the morning so far. 11-9, George Washington has the lead. Checking in, the serve, Delara Elmajolo, freshman setter. Serve receive, knocks LIU out of system. It's a backline attack. Let the Colonials dig up, and an excellent job at the far pin by Brittany Myers, coming down with the kill. Sophomore outside hitter. Myers, a transfer from Rhode Island. Played in 28 matches a season ago up in New England before transferring now down to Washington, D.C. Amajolo, that one into the net. Service error for her. 12-10 the score. Anastasia Scott, the libero, sent the serve for the Sharks. In system are the Colonials. Down the middle attack. Sails a bit long. Elizabeth Drelling, a bit too much mustard on that. 12-11. LIU looking to notch things up in the first set. Libero Scott serves again. In system, far side, dropped in, kill. Brittany Myers once again. It's Myers' 3rd kill of the morning so far. She'll check out. Bella Bowman, graduate libero, will check back in. On a team that has a lot of newcomers, 9 of them total. 3 new coaches. Bella Bowman has been a staple in the George Washington program. for the last now 5 seasons. Sharks attack, Sharks kill. That time it's Emery Smith. Gets the kill, the freshman. Deficit just 1 for LIU. Smith was named the NEC Rookie of the Week after a strong weekend last weekend out in Tucson, Arizona. Sharks serve, it's Allie Mers. Near pin, dug up, but it's an overpass. In system remain George Washington. Center roll shot over. Set in the middle by Mers. Down the middle attack. Another excellent dig by the libero Robinson. Joust at the net. And it's won by George Washington. 14-12. Colonials lead. But to quote head coach Katie Reifert, they are really fortunate that Bella Bowman stayed for her 5th season. And you talk about a culture, you talk about just building a winning chemistry for a program, having a player like Bella Bowman as a leader for your group, really important. Lanero serves. Serve received by LIU, near pin attack. Bit of a joust at the net, way out of system is George Washington. Bowman sends a free ball over to the far pin, roll shot. George Washington collects, back row attack. Dug up in system, over the near pin, a swing, blocked back. It's again middle of the net. That time it's a kill. Katie Berg picks it up for the Sharks. LIU once again cuts the deficit to 1. George Washington has certainly paced this first set. LIU knocking on the door. Emery Smith serves into the net. That's a service error for her, 15-13. George Washington leads. Couple of subs in for the Colonials. Still in the first set. Grace Allred, setter, checks in the serve. In system, the Sharks over to the far side. Swung on by Mukura. George Washington system, but who else? Mukura up for the block. LIU once again down by just 1. But they've been knocking at the door. Yet to open it up. See if they can here with Katie Berg at the service line. Far pin, blocked at the net, sent over and a kill. Olivia Lucia. She went up with Celine Mukura at the net, got a block, and then Lucia just knocked it down for the kill. 15 apiece in the first set. Joust at the net. Drops on the George Washington side, and for the first time in a while, LIU has the lead by 1. Katie Berg serves. Jump float serve. Almost an overpass, but they're able to keep it in. Excellent pancake dig by Mers. Colonials in system down the middle attack. We'll pick up the kill. Tierra Porter was there, picks it up, notches says up again. Elizabeth Drelling got some instructions from assistant coach Justin Wong. Now Drelling set the serve. Left pin, attack. Block at the net, stays in play. Free ball sent over by Anastasia Scott. In the middle, towards the near pin, but unable to get it over was Liv Womble. LIU takes the lead. If you're George Washington, you'd love to start fast, pick up a first set win for a group that is still in search of that all-elusive first victory of the season. Bit of a break on the court as Anastasia Scott, the libero, wipes up a wet spot on the court. Looks like we're good to play. Couple of subs for the Sharks in the serve. Sophie Young, the setter. It's a couple of groups that we've seen through the first few weeks of the season go with multiple setters. Also checking out now Carolina Nova. She'll be looked at by the athletic trainer briefly down on the sideline. Nova, the senior outside hitter, comes way of the Czech Republic, stands at 6 feet tall. As we were saying, it's a George Washington team that would love to pick up a win in this first set. As we said, won the first set a night ago against Bucknell, but the Bison able to capture a 3-1 victory. Bucknell then back out on the early slate this morning. They swept NJIT 3-0. And then Bucknell will have rest of the morning and early afternoon off before a 4 o'clock approximately first serve against these LIU Sharks. Catch that matchup on ESPN+, but this matchup and the following one between NJIT and George Washington you can catch right here on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube channel. Carolina Nova back in. Sharks by 1. Looking to create some separation. Pull away in this first set. Sophie Young serves. Center the net in system, down the middle attack. And Tiara Porter once again. She has had herself an excellent first set for George Washington. All knotted up at 17 apiece. Libero Amina Robinson serves. Good serve receive over to the near pin, sent over by Hoskova. Hoskova digs it up, joust at the net. Kept alive by the Sharks over to the far side. Nova tipped at the net by George Washington, so Nova gets the kill. LIU leads by 1 in what's been a very back and forth battle in the first set. Nothing too unfamiliar though for this George Washington team so far. 11 ties in the first set a night ago against Bucknell. They're once again in a battle in the opening set of this late morning match. Able to block that was Liv Womble. And just like that, we got ourselves another tie, 18 apiece. Liv Womble had 3 blocks a night ago against Bucknell. She also tied a career high with 13 digs against the Bison. Serving for George Washington, Dilara Elmajolo, freshman setter from Turkey. Just flips the top of the tape, can't get it over. LIU grabs the lead. Couple of subs for the Sharks, the libero. Anastasia Scott, the serve. Left pin and a kill. Brittany Myers picks up another one. She has been excellent on the left side tonight. She'll check out for the libero, Bella Bowman. Bowman will serve. So we got the libero Robinson in. We got Bowman in, also listed as libero and defensive specialist. She'll serve cross court. That's a service ace. Bowman kind of just dropped it in no man's land amongst a couple of Sharks, and George Washington grabs a lead. Now it's crunch time of this first set. Just a 1-point lead for Katie Reifert's group. Overpass tipped over by George Washington. Set just beyond the 10-foot line. Sent across from Smith. Joust at the net. And the point belongs to LIU on a hitting violation. Net violation, that is, for George Washington. So once again, we're gridlocked. Something George Washington has been all too familiar hearing the last couple of nights. Allie Murs serves. Stands tall, gets it over. Out of system are the Colonials. LIU in system. Joust at the net again. Set right at the 3-meter line over to the far side. Sent across by Mukura. George Washington keeps it in play. Tipped at the net. Back row attack. Drilling over. Another nice dig, that time from Nova. Left pin, sent over. We got ourselves a good rally here in the middle, far side. And an excellent block at the net. Who else but Celine Mukura wins the long rally between these two squads. LIU takes the lead. What's been a very back and forth first set. Drilling over. Tipped at the net. Kill for her. 21 apiece. Neither team hitting particularly well in this first set. LIU hitting 091, 073. The number 4, George Washington. Markella Lanera, the Athens, Greece native, serves. Sends across court. Overpass and making them pay. Who else but Elizabeth Drilling. Drilling capitalizes on a costly LIU mistake on the overpass on the serve receive. Lanera serves again. Received, set at the 3-meter line. Over at the far pin, sent over by Mukura. Drilling. That one blocked into the net from LIU. And George Washington just 2 points away from capturing another first set victory. But first, Ken Coe wants to talk things over, takes his second and final timeout of the first set. We'll keep things here. What's been a very exciting and back and forth first set between these two teams. Once again, I'm Jake Starr. Thanks for joining us on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube channel for the second of 4 matches today in the Bucknell Invitational. It's the first time that Bucknell has hosted an Invitational since the 2019 season. It's a Bucknell team that's off to a very hot start, 5-0 on the season. Looking to stay perfect when they take on this Sharks team at 4 o'clock today on ESPN+. Take a look at Katie Reifert's squad. Reifert, first season at the helm for George Washington. Played 4 years collegiately for George Washington, 2007 to 2010. And she's just really excited to be back, what she has called a whirlwind of an experience, but it has been awesome, and it's a great opportunity for her to come back and coach where she played. And a lot of new faces on this George Washington squad. As we said, 9 newcomers, just 7 returners from last year, and a coaching staff that is brand new for George Washington down in Washington, D.C. So just 2 points needed for the Colonials. They got a big first set victory over LIU. LIU, we said, coming off a 3-1 win over the NJIT Highlanders 1 night ago. Lanera serves. Free ball sent over. Allows George Washington to get in system, but an excellent block. Anne-Marie Smith went up with Katie Berg. Looked like Smith got the hand on it. And that is a pivotal point for LIU, keeping it from set point. They're down by 1. Another big point coming up here. Some trouble on the serve receive. Drilling sends it over. And the point belongs to LIU. Double touch by George Washington, and it's 23-23. Winner of this point will face set point, but first Katie Reifert this time will take her second and final timeout of this first set. Keep things here, 23 apiece. We'll actually cut to a quick commercial break. Be right back with the remainder of this first set.
Lisa, this is a message from the Sheetz Curbside Broadcast System. Use your Sheetz app, Lisa. Order dinner for you and Jeff and the kids. And throw in your favorite chips and soda. Why not? Good curbside handoff. Sweet job, everyone. The Sheetz Curbside Broadcast System thanks you. Sheetz run and done.
23 apiece, big point coming up for both teams. First set, Jake Starr here on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube channel. Set the serve for LIU. It's Amory Smith. Just had a big block moments ago. Help keep this first set going. Drelling on the serve receive. They go back to Drelling. Roll shot. Excellent dig from the Sharks. Near side attack. Send over. Excellent dig by the libero. Robinson. They send it over. And George Washington with the kill. And it's set point number 1 for the Colonials. 24-23. Serve comes back to George Washington. And it'll be Grace Allred, sophomore setter out of Michigan. She'll serve from the near side of your stream. In system are the Sharks. Over to the far pin, an attack and a kill. Celine Mukura once again picks up another kill in this first set. That evens things up at 24. Mukura has been very active up front for LIU tonight. Gridlocked at 24. Just a bit long off the hand of Tiara Porter. Tried to go a bit soft and find a soft spot along the back line, but now it's the first set point of the morning for LIU. Katie Berg serves. Down the middle. Tipped at the net. Kill belongs to Tiara Porter again. And it's 25-25. Elizabeth Drelling. She'll serve. George Washington 2 service aces in the first set. And it's an overpass. And a kill. Liv Womble, along with Tiara Porter, got up for it and capitalized on a receiving mistake from the Sharks. And it's set point number 2 now for George Washington. Drelling serves. She has had an excellent first set, looking to cap it off strongly. Near pin, attack. Drelling digs. Can they save it? They can't. And we're tied up at 26 this time. Third tie we've had. We had 24 apiece, 25 apiece, and now 26 apiece. Neither team able to quite pull away yet. Now it's LIU's opportunity to get its second set point. Sophie Young serves. Set in the middle. There's an attack, tipped at the net. Excellent dig by Scott. Back row attack. Once again tipped. Dug up by the libero Robinson. Far side swing. LIU digs it up. Left-handed attack and a kill. Barbara Hoskova with the kill, and now LIU sees itself in its second set point opportunity of this first set. Both teams have poured a lot into this first set. Would love a set victory. Overpass at the net. Another overpass. Allows LIU in system. Far side, tipped over. They joust at the net. George Washington slows things down. Myers attack, dug up by the Sharks. Another attack. Excellent dig by Myers, and it drops in. Miscommunication for the Colonials, and George Washington falls. LIU picks up a victory in the first set of this morning matchup between GW and LIU. An exciting first set. 28-26, LIU picks up the win. We'll head to the second set on the other side here on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube channel.
Every pass, every point, every win. What you don't see, the preparation, the dedication. of every Bucknell student-athlete as they strive to become champions and leaders who thrive in the classroom and beyond. Their passion for excellence fuels that pursuit, opening doors to a lifetime of success by way of Bucknell.
The Patriot League is dedicated to the development of the student athlete through excellence in athletic competition, challenging academics, and contributing within their communities. The League's mission is to promote leadership while encouraging and celebrating our student athletes for standing against racism and using their voices for positive social change. We are today's scholar athletes. We are tomorrow's leaders. We are the Patriot League.
Everybody wants to eat better. And the only thing better than eating better is eating better while you're spending less. And that's what you'll get at your neighborhood Wise Market. Whether it's everyday low price, buy more, save more, or a weekly ad special, you'll spend less at Wise. All the foods you like at prices you'll love.
Eat better, spend less, that's Wise.
A lot's changed in 30-plus years, but one thing remains the same. When you're ready for a new car or truck, count on the Fairfield Auto Group for fantastic deals. With 800 new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot, you'll find exactly what you want at the price you need. So while trends come and go, you'll always find the same incredible selection and savings you expect from the Fairfield family. With 5 locations in Central PA, Fairfield Auto Group for fantastic deals.
Back for the second set after LIU a 28-26 victory in the first. Teams have swapped sides. More about set for set number 2. Jake Starr joining on the call on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us for the second of 4 from Davis Gym this morning and afternoon to round out the Bucknell Invitational. First set saw 13 ties and 9 lead changes. That 13 ties tops the 11 ties that George Washington had in its first set with Bucknell just one night ago. Teams have swapped sides, so now it'll be the Sharks serving left to right, and George Washington hitting right to left across your stream. Carolina Nova led the way for LIU, 5 kills in the first set. And we talked about it a lot. And Elizabeth Drelling, 6 kills in the first set. George Washington, 18 kills to 11 for LIU, but Sharks were able to capitalize on some Colonial mistakes. Capture the first set victory. So see what second set has in store. LIU in search of its second win of the weekend, 3rd win of the season. George Washington still in search of that elusive first win of the 2022 season. Grace Allred will get us underway in set number 2. Over to the far pin, a swing, and that's a kill. Anne-Marie Smith gets us rolling in set number 2. Just 1 kill in the first set. Already picks up 1 in set number 2. Quick stoppage on the floor. Open up a wet spot on the LIU side. George Washington had all the momentum over the first 12 or so points of the first set. Had a 9-3 lead at one point, but LIU was able to chip back into it, and then it was a very chippy, very back and forth first set the rest of the way. And LIU was able to come out on top. Here's the serve. In system or the Colonials. There's an attack from the right side, tipped at the net. And there's a kill for Grace Allred over at the right pin. Wins us up at 1 apiece in set number 2. First time today, we're seeing Penelope Hippler. Hippler set the serve from the left side, the Naperville Illinois native in her freshman season with George Washington. Set in the middle, down the middle attack. Excellent dig up from Robinson. Attack down the middle. That one's knocked out of play. Brittany Myers had the kill. An excellent swing from her. 2-1. George Washington leads. Serve receive in system for the Sharks. They attack from the left side. Nova a strong hit, but George Washington able to keep it in play. Colonial sent a free ball over. That time an overpass from LIU, and it's finished up at the net from Brittany Myers. She drops it right in to the middle of nowhere as LIU was attacking the front of the net. So George Washington, another quick start like we saw in set number 1. Penelope Hippler serves again. Down the middle attack. Hit off of Robinson's left arm, out of bounds. 3-2. LIU cuts into the deficit. No serve. Katie Berg at the back line. Berg had an excellent match last night against NJIT. She hit .462 on the evening. That time Berg unable to handle the kill, and George Washington wins another point and has doubled up Long Island in this second set, 4-2. Amina Robinson, the freshman libero, set the serve for George Washington. Sharks in system, near side swing from Mukura. George Washington sends it across and just ever so slightly stays inside the line on the far side. Brittany Myers the kill. That's another fast start for George Washington. Ken Coe, head coach for LIU, gives some instructions to his group as they look to stifle this fast start. Overpass and a kill. But it looks like it will go George Washington's way on a net violation. So 6-2. Colonials have the lead. A very similar start to set number 2 that we saw in set number 1. Robinson serves again. Scott on the serve receive over to the far side. Tipped off the top of the tape. And it's a block and a point. Celine Mukura up for that one, using all of her 6'5" frame. When watching last night's match and watching this LIU team warm up, you can just see the massive height that this group has. We said Mukura stands at 6'5". Sophie Young serves now. Katie Berg, talked about a lot today. She stands at 6'4". Set in the middle, down the middle attack from Lucia. LIU keeps it in play, joust at the far side. Set in the middle from Sophie Young. Robinson able to dig it up. Another nice defensive work from George Washington. Set over, swing, tip, kill. Barbara Hoskova gets the kill. A big point for LIU, makes it 6-4. Hoskova picked up just 1 kill, had 250 in the first set of this matchup. Sophie Young serves again. Swing from the near side from Myers. Dug up on the back line by Hippler. Sent over and in for a kill. Liv Womble picks up another kill for her. 7-4 the score. Womble had 4 kills, hit 300 in the first set. Womble will get the honors and serve. Set up in the middle, roll shot, just in front of the net. Near side, Myers blocked. Point belongs to LIU. Lucia picks up the block. Lucia had 4 blocks a night ago in LIU's victory over NJIT. Left pin swing. Pancake dig from George Washington. Myers again. Dug up from Scott. Near side, blocked at the net. Rattles off the pin. Carolina Nova gets a kill. So 8-5 the score. George Washington has the lead in set number 2. 1-0 the score overall. LIU won the first set, 28-26. Carolina Nova serves. Strong kill from Liv Womble once again. 4-point lead for George Washington. Womble tied a career high, 13 kills against Bucknell. Also picked up 13 kills against American a week ago today. Talked to head coach Katie Reifert about Liv Womble as Bella Bowman gets set to serve. Reifert said they've been very demanding of Womble on both pins. That time it's Elizabeth Drelling gets the kill. George Washington doubling up. LIU once again 10-5. Womble, they've asked her to play both outside hitter, right side hitter. Her home naturally is on the right side. We saw her on the left side on that last one right there. She'll be someone to look out for. So will Sophie Young. She gets a kill, 10-6 in set number 2. Katie Berg will check in. Olivia Lucia will check out. And Anastasia Scott serves. Hits the top of the tape. Scott able to dig it up, back to the near side, and a kill. Barbara Haskova picks up another. She had 9 a night ago against NJIT. As LIU tries to dig itself out of another early hole in set number 2. Scott serves again. Drelling. A lot of mustard on that. Excellent kill, goes cross court to the back corner. Able to nestle it in deep. 4-point lead for George Washington. Another early set. Another momentum belonging to the Colonials. Lanera serves. Down the middle attack. Excellent dig by Bella Bowman. Free ball will be sent over. Set in the middle. Over to the far side. Smith, but she's blocked. Up at the net was Mukura. Along with Rumor Roule. And an excellent job. George Washington serves. Back row attack coming from Nova. Pancake dig by Lanera. Back row attack, Nova. Joust at the net. Rolls off the top of the tape. Back to the near side, Haskova. Excellent dump move from Delara Elma Jolo. The setter goes up. Just sends it right over her head. It's a 6-point lead for George Washington. Markella Lanera stands at the back line, set the serve. Colonial is looking to grow its lead. Nearly an overpass, barely saved at the net. Knocked out of system goes George Washington. Womble sends over a back row attack. Sharks in system, left pin over Smith. Once again, back, joust at the net. Double touch on the Sharks, 14-7. The score now in the set. Timeout called by LIU Kenco. We'll keep things here as George Washington has doubled up LIU in set number 2 after the Sharks came from behind and battled in a tough first set that saw 13 ties and 9 lead changes. And LIU won 28-26. But Kenco now regathering the troops. Take a look at George Washington. A lot to be happy about if you're the Colonials and you're Katie Reifert. Group that has came out of the gate on fire in the second set. This time they had the lead early, and they've been able to maintain the lead so far in the second set. It's a George Washington team that really learned a lot about itself last weekend when it dropped back-to-back matches against New Orleans and American. But as Ryford said, everything's brand new. They're enjoying the challenge of the season so far. And the best part really about those first couple of matches, they found out some things about themselves as a group that maybe they didn't know before when they were practicing back in the preseason. And for Ryford, she said it was cool for her group to learn those things about themselves and then translate it back to the practice floor this week. And we're seeing the results so far. Even though they fell in the first set, George Washington looked really good, and they've looked excellent in set number 2. Markella Lanera will serve for George Washington. LIU needs a point coming up soon. And they get it. Excellent job from Barbara Haskova. Brooks cross court, tip to the net. We'll get a couple of subs. Allie Mers will check in, along with Celine Mukura, the 6'5" outside hitter. Comes from Rwanda. Justin Mers shall serve. Stands straight tall and sails it a bit long. So service error for Allie Mers. 15-8 the score. LIU just one service error in the first set. Didn't pick up any service aces. Grace Allred serves for George Washington, one of 2 setters you'll see from this Colonial squad. Overpass from LIU allows George Washington back in the system. But a battle at the net. Selena Mukura puts it in, but they're going to call a net violation on Mukura, saying she reached over the top of the tape. And the point goes to George Washington. Colonials an 8-point lead over LIU, 16-8. In set number 2, looking to even things up at 1 set apiece. Grace Allred serves. Goes with a jump float serve. Set in the middle by Mers. And a kill from Katie Berg. That's a big point for LIU. Emery Smith's at the serve. Sharks trail by 7, looking for a bit of a run for Ken Coe's squad. Robinson, an excellent job on the serve receive. Keeps George Washington in system. Mukura saves it. Free ball sent over by Scott. George Washington in system. Near side swing, but Mukura uses all that 6'5" frame at the net. And again, it's a block from LIU, but it goes out of bounds off the hands of Nova. The point goes to George Washington, 17-9 Colonials. But you just saw, especially on that point, even though LIU didn't win it, the length of that group up front. Allie Mers, 5'11", Mukura, 6'5", Katie Berg, 6'4". It's a hard group to get the ball over. Here's Mukura, tries to go for the back line. Able to keep it in play is George Washington. Hippler, full extension to get it over. And that block was sent out of bounds by Tierra Porter. So the point goes to LIU. 7-point deficit for the Sharks. If LIU is to come back in the second set, they'll need to utilize that length. Katie Berg serves. In system, George Washington. Dug up by the Sharks, but tipped off the hands of Allie Mers. It goes towards the scorer's table. 18-10. Lead belongs to George Washington. Katie Ryford, you can see in the bottom left of your screen, giving some instructions to Liv Womble, first-year head coach Ryford, who is coaching at her alma mater. That one right off the top of the tape from Robinson. 18-11 the score. Couple of subs for LIU. Haskova and Sophie Young check in. Young heads to the back line to serve. Young was a NJCAA D2 All-American a year ago, now transfers to LIU. They can't win it off of her serve. George Washington collects the point, 19-11 Colonials. Quick sub, out goes all red, in comes Delara Elmajolo. Couple setter for setter swap. Serve from Liv Womble. Some issues on the serve receive, causes LIU just to send a free ball over. Down the middle attack, excellent dig by Sophie Young. Back to the near pin, joust at the net. Drops in bounds. Carolina Nova gets the kill. Just dropped it right in front of a duo of George Washington blockers. Sharks trail by 7 and serve. Carolina Nova with the serve. Robinson on the serve receive, set right at the 3-meter line. Excellent dig from Scott. Back to the left pin, sent over. Robinson, full extension to save it, and then the kill. Brittany Myers along the left pin. Just drops it in the back corner of the court on the near side. And it is 20-12, George Washington leads. Quick conversation at the scorer's table. As George Washington looks to get a couple of subs in as well. Looks like the padding along the outside of the net on the near side of your stream, as you can see. One of the George Washington assistants, Nicole Alford, taking a look at it. Looks like something that's holding the pin together came apart. So they still take a look down there. And looks like we'll be back as they take a look at the padding. Just came off its bearings a little bit. Down low, and it looks like we are about good to play. Ken Code takes the opportunity as a de facto timeout to talk to his squad on the court. Bella Bowman serves. Couple of big points coming up for both teams. LIU looking to chip into the deficit. George Washington looking to pull away with a decisive second set victory. Bella Bowman, someone Coach Katie Ryford described as important when it comes to the culture of this team, sends it over. And that one lands just in. Over in the far corner, Hoskova gets the kill. Actually, no, they're going to rule it out. And one official on the near side signaled in, but the official on the far side signaled it was out. And Ken Coe will take another timeout. 21-12. The lead belongs to George Washington. We will keep things here in set number 2 as Ken Coe gathers his troops. And for Coach Katie Ryford and her squad, they're looking for a big second set victory. In the second of 4 matches today, 4th of 6 matches overall in the Bucknell Invitational. As we said earlier, the first Bucknell Invitational since 2019, being hosted by a Bison team that has got off to a red-hot start off its season so far. We'll see that Bucknell team at 4 o'clock. You can catch that contest on ESPN+. Then the matchup following this, we'll see NJIT and George Washington. Underway about 2 o'clock. All of that will depend on what time this match ends. And then the LIU Bucknell match around a 4 o'clock start. Once again, depends on when the previous match comes to an end. To round out this weekend's Bucknell Invitational, teams break their huddles. A lot of energy coming from the George Washington side. They're just 4 points away from capturing a big second set victory. Bella Bowman will serve. Bowman had 16 digs and the Colonials lost to Bucknell one night ago. That's Amina Robinson, who wears the libero jersey. We basically have 2 liberos out there for George Washington. Robinson on cue. An excellent dig. There is drilling, and she drops it in for another kill. 3 points away is George Washington. Drilling up to 11. Heard that right, 11 kills, hitting .217 on the morning, now turned afternoon so far. Bowman sends a serve over. And that's a hitting error from LIU. Hits off the right pin. And it's 23-12. The lead belongs to George Washington. Just 2 points away, that is, from winning this second set. Near side swing, overhand dig Bowman. Can they keep it in play? Almajolo saves it, and they get it over. Liv Womble, excellent job, but George Washington cannot collect the kill from Olivia Lucia. An excellent effort all around by the Colonials. Comes to no avail, but it's a big win for LIU on the point, keeps things alive. Scott serves, Robinson on the serve receive. Down the middle, a swing, hits off the tape. Sent over at the net, sent over out of bounds by Emery Smith. And it is set point number 1 for George Washington. Colonials lead by 11. Markella Lanera will serve for the team in gold. 3 back for LIU. On the serve receiving system, near side swing, kill. Barbara Haskova picks it up. And LIU, slim chances in set number 2 remain alive. But it's going to take at least a 10-0 run from now, 11-0 run total, including that last point, to even have a chance to win set number 2. Allie Murr serves for the Sharks. Robinson receives. In system, set, swing, Drelling. Who else? But Elizabeth Drelling gets the kill to end set number 2, her 12th kill of the morning, now turned afternoon so far. And George Washington, a big victory in set number 2, 25-14. So 1 apiece through 2. We'll take a break. Third set coming up on the other side on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube channel.
Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, AVP, has resumed daily round-trip flights to Washington's Dulles. Leave AVP in the morning, be in D.C. for the day, and return in time for dinner. Or fly hassle-free from AVP to Charlotte and Chicago with daily flights heading south and west. It's safe, easy, and convenient. Download the Fly AVP app to track departures and arrivals, check parking lot and garage space, and terminal amenities. Fly AVP hassle-free.
Tired of cooking at home? Change it up without getting up. Just order Jersey Mike's through our app for no-contact delivery or no-contact at-the-door pickup. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Every pass, every point, every win. What you don't see, the preparation, the dedication of every Bucknell student-athlete as they strive to become champions and leaders who thrive in the classroom and beyond. Their passion for excellence fuels that pursuit, opening doors to a lifetime of success by way of Bucknell.
For me, the best part about being a primary care clinician is establishing that long-lasting and unique relationship that you have with the patient, but also extending that to their families. Once you've established that rapport, you can really help someone reach the highest quality of care as well as allow them to become the best version of themselves.
He was
It was a dominant second set win for those George Washington Colonials, 25-14, to even things up at 1 apiece as we move to the third set between George Washington and LIU on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jake Starr on behalf of our entire crew from Davis Gym on the campus of Bucknell University. Fourth of 6 matches in this weekend's Bucknell Invitational. 2 more to follow at the conclusion of George Washington and Long Island University. After a first set that was very back and forth, that we saw 13 ties, 9 lead changes. Second set was all George Washington. They pulled away early, and they kept the lead throughout. LIU unable to dig out of the deficit like they were in set number 1. LIU won set 1, 28-26. George Washington 25-14 victors in set number 2. So now we kick off number 3. The serve will belong to LIU. To get things underway in this third set, a big one. Each team looking to pull ahead in the big 2-1 lead in this match. Ellie Mers will get us underway in set 3. Mers, the Portland, Oregon native. Teams are underway, set 3, after they swap sides, and Drelling unable to dive for that one. 1-0 LIU gets the lead, and it's an LIU group that needs a fast start in set number 3. Looking to pull away and get some momentum. Mers serves again, doesn't jump on her serve, and Drelling receiving error, 2-0 LIU. George Washington hitting .259 after set number 2. LIU 169 overall. Serve again from Mers. Hits off the net, kept in play, but unable to get it over was Liv Womble. And it's a quick 3-0 scoring run for the LIU Sharks. Just what they needed. LIU capitalizing on George Washington mistakes early on in set number 3. Robinson on the serve receive. Set in the middle by Allred. Sent over. Excellent dig up. Lanera sets it. Swing from Mukura. Joust at the net. And LIU wins it again. 4-0 Sharks in set number 3. So Allie Mers has helped spark a 4-0 scoring run at the service line to start this set. Robinson on the serve receive, set in the middle by Allred, knocking LIU out of system. Backline attack from Mukura. Allred sends again. That swung out of play by Elizabeth Drelling, a hitting error from her. 5-0. The lead for LIU calls Katie Reifert to take a timeout, as George Washington stares down a 5-0 deficit early in set number 3. And as we said, it's really just been errors on George Washington's start that has helped Kenco's squad early on so far. Elizabeth Drelling, who could argue was one of the best players on the floor, not just today, but in that second set. 12 kills overall, hitting .250 overall, as you see Kenco addressing his LIU squad. And the message got to be simple. Just find a way to build on this lead. 5-0 so far. Obviously looking for more. Reifert continues to address her squad after a slow start early on. So George Washington breaks its huddle. We're about set for a 5-0 lead for LIU. Teams back on the court. Allie Murs set the serve. It's been a 5-0 scoring run for LIU. Early in this third set, Robinson once again on the serve receive. Swing, it's Drelling. Set in the middle by the libero, Scott. Swing Mukura, but dug up by George Washington. Roll shot over from Womble. Excellent pancake dig from Scott. Free ball sent over from Nova. Excellent rally we have here. Drelling tries to end it, but the point goes the way of LIU as Drelling had the hitting error again. It's 6-0 Sharks. Serve again from Murs. Knocks GW out of system. They'll send a free ball over. Set in the middle by Murs. Far side swing from Mukura. This time GW in system. Roll shot pushed over Womble. And LIU an excellent job keeping it in play. Another excellent rally. This time ended by Drelling. First point of the set for George Washington. Makes it a 6-1 set so far. Penelope Hippler will check in for George Washington. Drelling will take a brief seat. Also checking out is Bella Bowman. The start to this third set could be compared to the way LIU played in the final 3 sets against Alabama State 8 days ago when they had the reverse sweep down in Tucson, Arizona. But that time GW gets another point. Liv Womble on the block at 6-2. Kenko said about that match they really struggled to adhere to their game plan early on against Alabama State. But then the players had to put themselves in a position to believe in themselves, and they did just that. They came back. A swing and a kill, that time from Mukura, 7-2. And what you're seeing from LIU so far here in this third set is an excellent job, once again, getting back to who they are, adhering to the Sharks' game plan. Picking up the points and seeing results so far early in set number 3. Emery Smith will serve for LIU. Smith, the freshman, recently named NEC Rookie of the Week. Sells that one a bit long. Point goes back to George Washington. And for LIU, it was the program's first reverse sweep, down 2-0, winning the next 3 sets. Since way back on August the 31st, 2018. So nearly 4 years to the day. Serve coming here from Robinson. On the serve receive, LIU. Set in the middle from Murs. Left pin attack off the hand of Nova. Back over to Mukura. Excellent job by GW keeping it in play. Back to the near side. Excellent block. Sent back. Joust at the net. And it hits off the antenna. Brianna Blunt, haven't seen much of her today, but very active at the net on that last point. Helps catalyze LIU to an 8-3 lead. It's an LIU program still very new at the D1 level. Another joust at the net sent back. This time it's Hippler, sends it with the pass up to Womble, pushes it over. Down the middle attack, excellent dig, one arm. Robinson sets, pushed over by Myers. Murs set swing off the tape, sent back. Able to cover was LIU. Mukura sends it over. Far side swing, Myers out of bounds. Point goes to LIU. 9-3 the lead for LIU, but Kenko has seen this team go to the Division I level. LIU, formerly LIU Brooklyn. George Washington takes its second and final timeout of this third set, 9-3 the score. LIU has the lead as Katie Ryford tries to just get the group settled in. See Kenko talking to his group there, and I'm sure preaching very similar to what we talked about, just getting back to the identity and believing in themselves for this LIU team. And it's a team that it's not going to have it easy the first few weekends of the season. They are on the road the first 3 weekends of the season. After this weekend, they head up to Rhode Island for an invitational up there, where they'll take on Marist and Boston College. A week from yesterday, And then on Saturday, they will take on the host Rhode Island. And then finally on September the 14th, so still 12 days away, LIU will return home and take on Manhattan for the first of 3 in a row in the friendly confines out on Long Island. For GW, obviously they play NJIT around 2 o'clock today. And then they head back home for a couple of matches next Saturday. Binghamton and Ryder head down to Washington, D.C. before GW. Then the following weekend heads to Philadelphia for an invitational out at the University of Pennsylvania, where we'll see Providence, University of Pennsylvania, and the Temple Owls. Out of the timeout, Anastasia Scott serves with LIU up by 6. It's a jump float serve that Robinson receives. Excellent set, excellent kill by Liv Womble. Eighth kill of the afternoon for Liv Womble. We mentioned earlier she tied a career high that she has set twice this season, once against American, once against Bucknell. With 13 kills, she's well on her way. Roll shot, dug up. Robinson with a diving set, just a free ball, pushed over by Lanera. Murs sets over to the far side to Mukura. Joust at the net, right into the swinging arm of Olivia Lucia. And she picks up herself another kill. Couple of subs. Sophie Young checks in, one of the setters. She'll step to the back line to serve. Allie Murs, the other setter, steps out. It's an LIU team that will play multiple setters. That one goes into the net. Service error. Makes it a 10-5 set. Bella Bowman checks in. Defensive specialist, also a libero for this George Washington squad. Bowman, the graduate student, will serve. It's a soft one. Down the middle swing. It sails out of play. On the attack was Nova, unable to finish it. So GW trails by just 4. Looking to chip into this LIU lead. Bowman, a very soft serve, and that's an ace. Carolina Nova tried to go full extension inside the 3-meter line, but hits off the side of her right wrist, goes out of bounds on the far side. And that makes it 10-7. LIU, George Washington continues to chip away. This time they're in system, near side swing. Hoskova, excellent dig. Along the back line by Bowman, but a block. Carolina Nova goes up for it, and it's 11-7. LIU leads, looking to spark another run for the Sharks and pull away a bit more. Here comes the serve. There's the receive. Back to the far side, Drelling, excellent swing, but a better effort by Scott to keep it in play. Free ball swung over from the Sharks. Awkward swing off the hand of Liv Womble. Was a bit off balance, hugging the sideline, and could not get it over the right pin, so the point goes to LIU. Sharks have maintained control in the second set. Serve from Nova. Overpass, but it pays off. Bit of a mistake on the serve receive from George Washington, but Emery Smith just couldn't get under it. Pick up the point. Robinson checks out. Markella Lanera in the serve. Nearly an overpass, joust at the net. And the mistake comes back to hurt LIU on a net violation, so 12-9 the score. LIU still leads, but GW chipping in to this lead. Lanera serves again, the native of Greece. Just misses it. Ever so slightly a bit long over the back line. That makes it 13-9. LIU has the lead, gets the ball back. Olivia Lucia will serve. Stays flat on her feet, gets it over. Serve receive, picked up by Bowman. Drelling a swing, but a block at the net. Brianna Blunt, talked about her a little bit earlier. Once again, puts herself back in the conversation. Lucia to serve. The redshirt sophomore, transfer from University of Tennessee Martin. Played a couple of seasons there. George Washington gets the kill, 14-10. Delara Elmajolo will check out. Other setter, Grace Allred comes in. As we've talked about the multiple setters we see from this George Washington squad, Allred, one of them, set to serve. I talked to Katie Ryford earlier this week just about what goes into who's playing setter at some particular time, because you'll see some teams off the tape, and the point belongs to George Washington. 3-point lead now for LIU. But talked about what goes into that decision, because you see a lot of teams maybe primarily play one setter, maybe a second one to spell, but GW really goes back and forth between Delara Elmajolo and Grace Allred. Who serves here? Far side, blocked out of bounds, so the kill belongs to Barbara Haskova. A couple of subs checking in for LIU, but Ryford said there's a lot that goes into who plays setter for their squad, who delivers the ball best where. And that's one of the things that we talked about. They're trying to figure themselves out. And that's what comes with the young team, the young coaching staff, just trying to find its identity early on in the season. Drelling swings, excellent pickup from Anastasia Scott. Back to the near pin, blocked in. That time by Liv Womble. She said how both setters have very different gifts. They're all great competitors, and all just depends what they're looking for. Who wants the ball when, who wants the ball where, who sets up certain hitters better. And a lot of the key when it comes to setting, of course, is just chemistry with your outside and right side hitters. George Washington serves. Penelope Hippler of the float serve. Set in the middle by Allie Mers. Down the middle attack. An excellent dig by the Colonials, who send a free ball over. Scott to Mers. Far pin swing for Mukura. Sent over and a kill. Amina Robinson, the freshman from Detroit, Michigan, picks it up. And just like that, it's a 2-point lead for George Washington. 2-point lead for LIU, that is. Kenko takes a time out, 15-13. The score in set number 3. As Kenko will gather his troops, we'll keep things here. 1-1 the score. Through 2 sets so far. LIU won the first, 28-26. GW the second, 25-14. And LIU a 15-13 lead in set number 3. And really outside of the back half of the second set, it's been a very competitive back and forth affair for these two teams thus far. First set that saw 13 ties, 9 lead changes. Second set just saw 1 tie, 1 lead change, as George Washington really dictated the pace and tempo in the second set. But this third set, LIU has paced it most of the time, but George Washington chipping back in, very similar to what we saw in set number 1, where it was George Washington who pulled away early, and LIU battled back and eventually won the first set, 28-26. As we approach the 90-minute mark of this second of 4 sets today from Davis Gym on the campus of Bucknell University. The same George Washington team will get a bit of a breather, and then they'll take on NJIT around 2 o'clock before this LIU squad takes on the host Bucknell at 4. Back underway, Mers to set. Mukura, hitting error from her, kind of hit off awkwardly off the side of her left hand. Now it's a 1-point set. This is one from what we've seen so far would not be much of a surprise, I think, to anybody if the teams manage to push this to 5. Serve from Penelope Hippler goes wide, right out of bounds. LIU gets a big point. For LIU, what they were doing early in this set is they capitalized a lot off of George Washington mistakes. For the first time today, we're seeing Jordan McDonald, sophomore outside hitter, in the serve. She checks in for Emery Smith. Hard serve from her, a lot of backspin on it. Back to the near side. Murs able to dig it up. Set by Scott Mukura with the swing. GW keeps it in play, sends a free ball over. Set just beyond the 10-foot line. Mukura again. GW keeps the rally going. Another excellent dig by Scott. Murs sets, pushed over by Nova. GW stays in system, roll shot over, sent back from Mukura. Nova tipped at the net. And it'll be a net violation called on George Washington. Grows the LIU lead to 17-14 in set number 3. What we were saying earlier on this set, LIU was very much taking advantage of mistakes by George Washington. And George Washington cleaned things up. That serve hits off the pin. 17-15. Colonials have cleaned things up. And you've seen the results pay off so far. So it's a GW team when they're hitting well, like they were through 2 sets, 259. So far in this match, they're hitting 200 on the dot. Sent over. Excellent job by Robinson, but first play is blown dead. So it went around the net off the hand of LIU, so GW gets the point. And just like that, it's a 1-point set. Amina Robinson, the freshman libero, serves. Big point coming up here. Murs sets. Mukura swings. Excellent dig up. Another swing. Myers is punched in the air by Hippler. Back over to Myers. She swings. She kills. And we're all tied up at 17 apiece. GW, as we said, have really cleaned things up and have battled back in this third set. Amina Robinson serves. Floats serve, and it's a bit short. Robinson tried to sneak it over the top of the tape along the right pin, but just not enough on it from the freshman libero. So now it'll be her libero counterpart, Anastasia Scott, to serve. Robinson on the serve receive, block back, and it just lands along the orange line in balance. George Washington was content to let it go, but a little bit of side spin, grab that inside line on the near side, and gets the kill. Scott serves. Ball floated over, Murs with the dig. Scott sets it up for Mukura. Dug up by Hippler. Set in the middle, just punched over. In system, Murs to Lucia, and they get a kill. 2017 LIU trying to pull away slightly. An excellent response from LIU after the Colonials were able to tie things up. Down the middle attack. Sails long from Liv Womble, and it's 21-17. Addie Feek checks in for the first time today. Markella Lanera will grab a quick seat. Feek, the senior middle blocker from Winter Park, Colorado, stands at 6'3", trying to get some defense at the front of the net. Here's a swing from Myers, and she lands it along the back line, gets the kill, and it's 21-18. We'll see the setters, Allred and Elma Jolo, switch out. Trying to get some length on the court. Elma Jolo stands at 6 feet tall. Set for Murs, and a swing, excellent dig up by Hippler. Free ball, sent over. Murs sets it up once again. A swing for Nova, blocked back by Elma Jolo. Shows some emotion after that block. And going for more height up front pays off for the Colonials on that point. Liv Womble serves. Joust at the net on the overpass. Punched over by Elma Jolo. Murs sets it up for Nova. Pushes one over. Out of system, free ball. Pushed over by Womble. Murs sets again. Mukura drops it right in the middle of the soft spot of the defense. And LIU able to do what it can to stifle a run for GW. A couple of subs in for the Sharks. Sophie Young will serve. Omajolo sets it up. A swing way long from Liv Womble. And LIU moves 2 points away from a big set 3 victory and to grab a big 2-1 lead to head into the fourth. Sophie Young serves. Excellent receive. Backline attack off the top of the tape. Battle at the net. Womble tried to bump it over, but she can't. That'll make it set point number 1 for LIU, 24-19. The teams alternated the first 2 sets. The Long Island Sharks looking to keep that trend alive. Young serves. Hippler on the serve receive. Almajolo goes with the dump. Battle at the net. Off the block. Nice cover by LIU. Over to the far side and another block. It was Myers and it was Addie Feek up for it. And the length certainly paying off, 24-20. Couple of subs, Bella Bowman, Elizabeth Drelling check in. Hippler and Myers head to the bench. Bella Bowman, the experienced graduate student to serve for George Washington. She'll serve, jump float. In system, down the middle, blocked at the net, pancaked up from the libero Robinson. Nova, overpass, and it lands in bounds. An overpass from George Washington finds the back corner of the court. Somehow, some way, the Colonials stay alive. Bella Bowman catalyzing that last attack. George Washington still down 3. Sharks looking for the win. Soft serve hits the top of the net. And that is how set number 3 comes to an end. 25-21, LIU picks up the victory. They lead it 2-1. Looking to capture the match victory in set 4. But first, we'll step aside. Actually, we'll keep things here between sets. 25-21. LIU has the lead as the teams will take a break and we'll step aside as well. 25-21, 2-1 the lead here on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube channel.
Every pass, every point, every win. What you don't see, the preparation, the dedication of every Bucknell student-athlete as they strive to become champions and leaders who thrive in the classroom and beyond. Their passion for excellence fuels that pursuit, opening doors to a lifetime of success by way of Bucknell.
Hungry? Go giant for dinner. Feed the family with giant-sized subs from Jersey Mike's. Order through our app for no-contact pickup or delivery. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Everybody wants to eat better. And the only thing better than eating better is eating better while you're spending less. And that's what you'll get at your neighborhood Wise Market. Whether it's everyday low price, buy more, save more, or a weekly ad special, you'll spend less at Wise. All the foods you like at prices you'll love.
Eat better, spend less, that's Wise.
A lot's changed in 30-plus years, but one thing remains the same. When you're ready for a new car or truck, count on the Fairfield Auto Group for fantastic deals. With 800 new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot, you'll find exactly what you want at the price you need. So while trends come and go, you'll always find the same incredible selection and savings you expect from the Fairfield family. With 5 locations in Central PA, Fairfield Auto Group for fantastic deals.
After a 25-21 win for LIU in set number 3, we're set for the 4th set. Sharks lead it 2-1 over the George Washington Colonials on this Saturday afternoon from Davis Gym on the campus of Bucknell University. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm Jake Starr. Thanks for joining us for the second of 4 matches today in the Bucknell Invitational. This one and the next on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube channel. So LIU won the first 28-26, George Washington the second 25-14. And then the Sharks reclaimed the lead of a 25-21 victory in set number 3. So teams have switched sides and we're ready to get underway in the 4th set. Take a look at Katie Reifert. Her first season, still looking for her first career victory. The former George Washington player is. Now she's at the helm in her first season. Neither team hit particularly well in that 3rd set. Coming into set number 4, GW still has the edge, 182 hitting, 113 for LIU. Colonial serve first, it's Grace Allred. Bit of a miscommunication on the serve receive, and first point goes to George Washington. What we saw to start that 3rd set, at least, it was struggles on the defensive ends for the Colonials that LIU was really able to capitalize on early. Over the far side swing, dug up by George Washington. Here comes Drelling with an attack. Can they keep it in play? They can't. Valiant effort, though, from Anastasia Scott. Diving towards the stairwell, 2-0. George Washington has the lead. Even though it seemed like it was pretty back and forth, but with the LIU early lead, they were able to hold on to just one tie in that 3rd set. Low shot poked over, battle at the net. LIU forced to reset things. Hoskova pushes one over. Libero Robinson sets it up, sends it back over. Scott, the set, back to the near side. Carolina Nova, and that one sails just a little bit long from Nova, so 3-0. George Washington has the lead. Through 3 sets, 15 ties, 10 lead changes. Certainly has been a very back and forth affair. Don't think it would surprise anybody in the slightest if this goes to a 5th set. Scott on the serve receive. Keep it on the near side and dropped in for a kill. That time, once again, it's Carolina Nova. And LIU is on the board in set number 4. Nova serves. Another kill there, 12 last night against the NJIT Highlanders. They're awaiting GW at the conclusion of this match. First serve scheduled for about 2 o'clock. Should this match run past 1:30, though, then it'll be a half hour following the conclusion of this 4th of 6 matches from this weekend's Bucknell Invitational. Nova, the senior out of Czech Republic, one of the key returners to this LIU squad. Second team All-NEC a season ago. Back to Hoskova, and she gets herself a kill. Barbara Hoskova Had 6 kills through 3 sets. Picks up another one right there. Nova serves. Overpass from Drelling. GW can't keep it in play. We're all tied up at 3 in this 4th set. If you're LIU, you would love a big run here just to try and pull some of the momentum and knock the wind out of the sails of George Washington. But the Colonials, they have shown to hang tough so far today. We don't expect anything different, as we see right there. That time it's Liv Womble gets the kill. GW the lead. Couple of subs. It's Penelope Hippler. Brittany Myers check in. Bella Bowman out, along with Elizabeth Drelling. They'll each get a couple of quick breathers. Like we saw earlier in the match, Penelope Hippler in the serve. Send the middle. And an excellent block back. Brittany Myers, a little bit of extra emotion after that. Excellent work along the right pin. Denies it with the rejection. 5-3. The score, George Washington has the lead. Hippler serves again, bit softer this time. Charge on the serve receive, pushed on over by Smith. In system, George Washington. Myers hits the pin with the attack, so the point goes to LIU. And the Sharks trail by just 1. Olivia Lucia steps to the back line to serve. Doesn't jump, middle of the court, hits off the top of the tape. And it's a service error for her. Just the 6th service error of the day for the LIU Sharks. GW, on the contrary, has 9 here in this 4th set. Serve from Robinson over. Swung on by Haskova. Robinson able to set it up for Womble. In system are the Sharks. That one's blocked back. Excellent job. Grace Allred, the setter, at 5'9". Able to send it back. We'll see Jordan McDonald in for the 2nd time today for LIU. Checking out for the Sharks, Anne-Marie Smith. 7-4, George Washington leads, set number 4. 2-1, Sharks lead overall. Set in the middle, McDonald along the far side, rolls along the top of the tape. And then GW sends an overpass over McDonald again, that time a kill. Trying the pancake it was Amina Robinson, could not get the hands under it though, and it's 7-5 in this 4th set. Allie Mers set the serve. The setter out of Portland, Oregon, who had a career-high 46 sets in that 3-2 win last weekend against Alabama State. That was a career high for her. That one rolls off the hands of Carolina Nova. GW wins the point. It's 8-5. George Washington in search of its first win of the season and the first win of the Katie Reifert era. Had a good start to the 4th set. McDonald sends it over. Out of system are the Colonials. Myers from the near pin. Near side block back. Myers up with it. Along with Markella Lanera, and it's a 4-point lead for George Washington in set number 4. Liv Womble serves. Someone who Katie Reifert said we've been very demanding on both pins early on in the season so far. Scooped up and over by the Sharks. Back to the near side. Myers blocked in the net by LIU, and GW has now doubled up the lead. 10-5 in set number 4. Womble serves again. Womble's someone who can play on both sides of the net, but her home has a right side hitter. Another block, and that one dropped down by Delara Elmajolo. We have seen Katie Reifert go tall up front to try and counter the length we see of this LIU squad, and so far in set number 4, the dividends are certainly paying off. Kenko takes his first of 2 timeouts in this 4th set. We'll address this squad who led, aside from one tie, wire to wire in the third set, but his team going down a very familiar trend that we saw in set number 2. And on the GW side right now, it's all smiles for that group as the Colonials lead by 6. Looking to notch things up at 2 and force a first to 15 win by 2. All decisive 5th set. Be the first 5-setter of the weekend as well. But first, the responsibility for LIU is to try and win this for the next match they have against Bucknell at 4 o'clock. And for GW, as we said, they'll have about a half hour between this match and the next match. But if it runs past 1:30, if it ends before 1:30, they'll get a little bit of extra time. First serve at about 2:02 Eastern time at Davis Gym between GW and NJIT. So for a group that is certainly putting its all into this match, they'll have a very brief time to recover before the match at 2 o'clock roughly between George Washington and the NJIT Highlanders out of the Garden State, just about a couple of hours down I-80. So fresh out of the timeout, George Washington looking to grow on its lead. LIU hoping to dig into the deficit the Sharks are. Liv Womble serves for the Colonials. From the back line, a setup for Mukura. GW able to keep it in play. Sent over by Womble. Murs sets it up down the middle. And it's a kill for Katie Berg. First time we've said her name in a little while for Berg. 4th kill of the match for the sophomore middle blocker out of McPherson, Kansas. She was excellent a night ago against NJIT. Hit .462. McDonald serves. A lot of front spin on that ball. Near side, Myers. A lot of extra effort on that from the near pin. Myers picks up herself another kill. 14 kills make that 15 kills. For Brittany Myers, 312. One of 3 Colonials in double figures for kills. Liv Womble has 11. Elizabeth Drelling with 15 killers. Bella Bowman serves. Murs sets in system. Berg trying to attack. And a free ball sent over by Drelling. Mukura blocked at the net. Pushed back over out of bounds. Mukura will get the kill for LIU. That makes it 12-7 in set number 4. Anastasia Scott, the grad student, that is, libero. She gets a point, and it's 12-8. Anastasia Scott has been excellent defensively for this LIU team. 2 straight NEC Defensive Player of the Year awards. Also 2-time NEC first team, but GW able to find a soft spot in that defense of LIU. Markella Lanera gets the kill, and it's 13-8 GW. Serve from Lanera. Murs sets it up. Attack down the middle, and a kill belongs to Olivia Lucia. We'll see a couple of subs after Lucia's 9th kill of the match. She's had an excellent afternoon as well. This match started nearly 2 hours ago at 11 o'clock here on the East Coast. These teams have been locked in a battle in set number 4. Sophie Young serves. In system, they set it. Drelling along the near pin. Overpass sent over, and Drelling makes them pay. Whew, a lot on that from Elizabeth Drelling. 14-9 Colonials lead. We'll see the setters exchange. Delara Elmajolo checks out. Grace Allred, the sophomore, checks in. She'll serve. Works across court and lands it on the back line for the kill. Grace Allred is pumped up after that. And it's a 6-point lead for George Washington. Trying to force an all-decisive set number 5. Allred serves again. Set by Young, sent over. Excellent dig up from Robinson. Just misses a bit long from Liv Womble. Back to LIU we go. 15-10 is the deficit the Sharks face. Down the middle. Tip, kill. Sierra Porter started off this match very fast, quieted down a bit. Finds herself back in the kill column. For Porter, had 7 kills through 3 sets so far this afternoon. Penelope Hippler back to the back line to serve. Some issues on the serve receive, but LIU able to get it over. Excellent dig by Hippler. Myers will send a free ball over. Set in the middle, that time by Sophie Young, and it's dropped in by LIU. Up at the net for the Colonials, we saw Tierra Porter once again, and it's 17-10 GW. Penelope Hippler serves, and time was out. There was a conversation between Ken Coe and the official, Bill Wolf. Michael McPoyle up on the stand. Line judges Rose Atkinson and Chad Oberholzer. So Bill Wolf currently in a discussion over at the scorer's table. GW contingent, as you can see on the sideline, getting the bench of the Colonials into it. It's been a very fired up, very spirited George Washington team so far this afternoon. Team that has a challenging afternoon ahead of itself, still trying to battle back and force the 5th set. If whatever happens here, they're going to be back on the court around 2 o'clock today. As Ken Coe and Bill Wolf still discuss things in front of the scorer's table, as you see there. But it's a GW team that has poured its all into this match and will face up against NJIT, as we still have a discussion over at the scorer's table between Bill Wolf and Ken Coe. So both teams will use this as a de facto timeout. George Washington, quick water break. LIU huddling down in the center of its defensive end. So that brief hiatus comes to an end, and Penelope Hippler steps back to the back line. She's the freshman out of Naperville, Illinois. Strong high school career that saw her first team All-County last year as a senior. In system are the Sharks. They go with the roll shot from Lucia. Over to the far side, Womble just misses a bit long on the kill attempt, and it's 17-11. Couple of big points coming up for Ken Coe's squad. As Olivia Lucia will serve. Robinson able to receive on the back end, and there's a kill from Liv Womble. An excellent job. First of all, Robinson on the serve receive, pass into that 3-meter box. Staying in system were the Colonials. And then Womble finished things up. Robinson with the serve. GW up by 7. Block at the net, slows the ball down. Myers able to keep it in play. Free ball. Sent on over by Grace Allred. Set, swing from Katie Berg. Now over to the far side, Womble. Excellent dig up by the defensive standout, Anastasia Scott. Free ball, Sharks sent over. Allred sets near pin kill. That's Liv Womble again, and it's 19-11. what we have seen from George Washington really has been the 2 sets that they've dominated in. Set 2 they won on a really good track in set number 4. They really ran away with things. It's an 8-point lead in set 4. And the other 2 sets that LIU won were more back and forth fights. There's an attack, blocked to the net. Hippler able to dig it up. Roll shot, a lot of spin on it. Nice job by LIU to set it up for McDonald, blocked at the net. And hitting the pin going up for it was Liv Womble, so point belongs to LIU. (1911) the lead. 2011 that is. Ellie Mers will serve. So the head coach Ken Coe called her a great leader with lots of experience, has shown the young players what it takes to be a leader and a winner. That one sails long, so now it's 20-12. George Washington has the lead, 5 points away from capturing set number 4 and moving us to a 1-15 fifth set. Brief pause. Liv Womble tightens up the laces, and she's ready to serve. Receiving the back line, Mers sets. Back to the near side, a swing from Mukura. Myers, excellent dig that time from Nova. McDonald, they set her up for a kill. Excellent work. Was tipped at the net by George Washington. And LIU cuts the George Washington lead to just 7. Didn't see much of George McDonald early on in this match, but she has been a steady presence in set number 4. Myers kills it. Block goes out of bounds, and it's 21-13. Colonials find themselves just 4 points away from forcing a 5th set. You look down the schedule for GW so far this season. 3-0 loss, 3-1 loss, 3-0 loss, 3-1 loss. This is by far and away the best effort the Colonials have had this season, as they've progressively gotten better in each match they have played so far. Bowman pushes it over. Mers sets it up. Soft attempt over. Drelling, tipped. Way out of system are the Sharks. Free ball sent over by Ali Mers. Set up by Elma Jolo. That one sails just long out of bounds. Point goes to LIU. GW contested momentarily. Asking about a potential tip at the net. But our R1 today, Michael McPoyle, says, no, it was not tipped. Served by Anastasia Scott. Drelling. A little bit too much on that. 6-point lead for GW, as LIU has won a couple in a row. Defensive stalwart Scott serves, tips the top of the tape. Elma Jolo sets it up and trying to soar down the middle is Liv Womble, but hitting error on her. And asking for a timeout is Katie Reifert. She gets it as she tries to settle down her group. It's a 3-0 run for LIU. Reifert will gather her squad and just try and calm it down as Ken Coe will look to have his team pick up the momentum from where they are. They've won their last 3. In points, 21-16, GW leads. 2-1 the lead for LIU in the match overall. LIU won a back-and-forth first set, 28-26. George Washington ran away with the second, 25-14. And then LIU won a 25-21, which was a pretty close, but LIU had control throughout most of the match. Set, that is, to win 25-21 in 3 sets. And now 21-16, George Washington has the lead. And a match that's run at exactly 2 hours so far. Fortunately for LIU, they'll have good 2.5 hours to recollect themselves, grab lunch, hydrate up before they take on Bucknell at 4. That match on ESPN+. But for George Washington, it's looking like about a half hour after the conclusion of this one, they will be right back on the court against NJIT. But if anything, if they're able to pick up a win here or at least keep it close, they can carry that momentum into the next match without much of a break between. Scott serves. Drilling swings. She gets a kill as that was blocked out of bounds by Celine Mukura. And GW 3 points away from forcing a fifth set. Lanera, the Athens Greece native, the junior middle blocker, set the serve. Mers sets it up over to Nova. Out of system is GW and it hits off the pin. Can't do much with that. 22-17. Couple of subs. Checking in for LIU. Huskova and Young in. Stepping out briefly, Ali Mers and Celine Mukura. 5-point lead for the Colonials. Sophie Young serves for LIU. Almajolo sets it up, trying to soar down the middle. Was Liv Womble, but it hit the top of the net. And all of a sudden, it's now a 4-point set. And LIU trying to scratch and claw its way back in. Set up, Drelling, tipped, and a kill. Arguably one of the best players in the match, Elizabeth Drelling, gets herself another kill. That's her 18th of the match so far. Her career high sits at 20. That came against American a week ago today. And should they force a fifth set, there's a good chance that George Washington Drelling can find a way to top her career best for the junior. Outside of Orange, California. Timing on the floor, we'll keep it here. Teams will reconvene 2 points away for George Washington. The force of fifth set and what has been a very exciting couple of hours from Davis Gym on the campus of Bucknell University, hopefully setting the tune for the next two matches and what we'll see between George Washington and NJIT, and then LIU and Bucknell at 4 o'clock. But Drilling is someone that Katie Reifert talked about earlier in the week, said she has worked her butt off in the gym back in the spring, and it's been really cool to see her growth and see these results pay off, and we're seeing it tonight. Without a doubt, as we said, Drilling up to 18 kills, 2 more to set a career high. She had 20 against American a week ago today down in Washington, D.C. A lot of energy for George Washington coming out of the huddle. Just 2 points away from sending this match to a fifth and all-decisive set. GW has the ball. Grace Allred, the sophomore center out of Solvin Lake, Michigan, will serve. Serve receive, but couldn't get it off the ground. Receiving error from Anastasia Scott. And just like that, it's set point number 1 for George Washington. And we're 1 point away from seeing this match go the distance. Allred to serve. Scott on the receive in system this time is LIU. Excellent dig up by Allred at the net, sent over. And it's a kill for LIU. And it's 24-19. Set point number 2 coming up. Serve for LIU goes to Nova. Serve receive, excellent from Bowman. Over to Drelling. And it sails wide, 24-20. Little 2-0 run for the LIU Sharks. Need to go on a 6-0 run, though, if they want to keep this set going. Bowman on the receive, set by Allred. Back to the near side, and Womble sends this match to a fifth set. George Washington, 25-20 in set number 4, and we will head to an all-decisive fifth set between the Colonials and the Sharks. So we'll step aside briefly. All knotted up at 2. Fifth set after this on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube channel.
When you shop at Wise, you now get rewards points for almost everything you buy. From coffee to croutons, seltzer to salad dressing, mustard to moose tracks. And all those points add up to big savings on food and fuel. Saving money? That's smart. Earning points every time you shop? That's Wise.
Eat better, spend less. That's Wise.
See wisemarkets.com for program details and exclusions.
At times like these, we lean on each other. Family, friends, neighbors. We're united in the fight. Geisinger was born more than 100 years ago in the face of another public health crisis. We beat that one, we'll beat this one too. By doing what we've always done, provide world-class health care to our neighbors and friends and their families. Long live heroes. Long live everyone.
Every pass, every point, every win. What you don't see, the preparation, the dedication of every Bucknell student-athlete as they strive to become champions and leaders who thrive in the classroom and beyond. Their passion for excellence fuels that pursuit, opening doors to a lifetime of success by way of Bucknell.
Hungry? Go Giant for dinner. Feed the family with giant-sized subs from Jersey Mike's. Order through our app for no-contact pickup or delivery. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
It all comes down to set number 5 between LIU and George Washington. LIU won the first and third sets, 28-26 and 25-21 respectively. And George Washington won sets number 2 and 4, 25-14 and 25-20. So it's first to 15, win by 2. As the Sharks look for win number 3 on the season. George Washington looks for its first win of the season, the first win in the Katie Reifert era. Brief hiatus, though, as things get settled down on the court. For Reifert, it's a team that she has said has progressively improved each game. She called this weekend a gift to play this much for a young team, as they try to figure out its culture and chemistry. And as you've seen in this second match they have played this weekend, the chemistry certainly coming together for this George Washington squad. And for LIU, similar situation for them. They won their first, trying to win their second this weekend. Genko said they have to be prepared on the front end, as in this match with the 2 matches on the same day. And they've looked good, especially in sets 1 and 3. But GW in the 2 sets they've won, they've really dominated. So we'll see who grabs command early and who pulls out a win in this 5th set. Once again, 5th set, first to 15, must win by 2. LIU We'll start off with the serve. It belongs to Allie Mers. Set down the middle, swing. Overpass, another swing, joust at the net. It's tipped off the hands of Elizabeth Drelling, and the kill belongs to LIU. And it's 1-0 Sharks in the 5th set. Allie Mers serves again. One of the leaders on this team, the junior out of Oregon. Near side, roll shot over from Womble. And Liv Womble gets the kill, 1-1. Entering the 5th set, we have seen 16 ties, 10 lead changes. Now, 13 of those ties and 9 of those lead changes came in the 1st set. But even though one team has gained control in sets 2 through 4, it has certainly still been a very back-and-forth affair. Neither team has really established itself as the most dominant so far today. Penelope Hippler in. She'll serve for the Colonials. Gets it over. It's set up in the middle by Allie Mers. Over to the far pin. Blocked up front. Mers able to cover. Near side swing. Hippler digs it up. Passed up from the back line. Robinson. Pushed on over. Scott digs it again. Down the middle. Roll shot. Set in the middle by Allred. Near side swing and a kill. Once again, it's Brittany Myers. Myers picks up her 17th kill of the match. It has been an excellent day for the sophomore out of Alexandria, Virginia. Brittany Myers appeared in 28 last season when she played for Rhode Island. Her season high last year, 16. So has already surpassed that. Some issues for LIU getting its system, so they just sent a free ball over that Robinson is able to come down with. Far side attack and a kill. It's Liv Womble again. 16 kills for Liv Womble today. George Washington leads at 3-1 in the 5th set. Hippler serves again. 3-0 run for the Colonials. Mers sets it up off the tape. That allows GW to settle things down. Myers again near side. Blocked at the net. And it lands inbounds. Robinson unable to come down with it. 3-2. LIU trails by 1 as the Sharks get the serve back. Emery Smith serves. Serve receive. Knocks GW out of system. Myers, though, receives the pass on the near pin, pushes it over. Down the middle attack, splits a couple of defenders. Katie Berg picks herself up a kill. Ties us up at 3. It's Berg's 5th kill of the match overall. Ball back LIU's way. Much like we've seen all day. Very back and forth effort so far. Emery Smith serves again. Myers sends it back on the serve receive. She'll bump a free ball over. In system, LIU moves it over to the left pin, blocked back, but covering are the Sharks. Now they come back to the near side. Hannah Chappelle, haven't seen much of her today, sends it over. And Myers once again puts a lot of side spin on it. Picks herself up another kill. George Washington grabs the lead again. Looks like Ken Coe have a substitution. Celine Mukara checks in. Hannah Chappelle checks out. Brief stint for the freshman from Cedar Hill, Texas. Made her collegiate debut a week ago. Limited action so far today. Robinson serves. Floats it on over. Overpass at the net. And the duo of Lanera and Myers kill it. And it's 5-3. Mina Robinson serves. GW up by 2. It's a high floater. Over to the far side. Nova sends it over. Excellent dig up by George Washington. Myers tipped at the net. Doesn't matter that it lands out. because the last hit Bucknell, and GW has now doubled up Long Island. It's 6-3. Robinson serves again, sparking the run for the Colonials. Serve receive, Murr sets at the net, jousts at the net. And on the block, it's covered by LIU. Sent back, kill, that time Celine Mukura. 6-4 in the fifth. Katie Berg serves. Overpass. Luckily for GW, they cover. Swing, kill. That time it's Liv Womble again. 17th kill of the night for Liv Womble. She has way surpassed her career high of 13 that she has set twice this season. Once First American and last night against the Bucknell Bison. Womble gets the honors to serve. 8 points away is George Washington from win number 1. Mukura sends it over. Elma Jolo, an excellent job digging it up. Womble again goes with the roll shot. Dug up by Scott. Far side Nova. That one sails long. LIU asking for a tip. They will say none. And it's 8-4. Now as we're midway through the fifth set, teams will switch sides. 8-4 the score. George Washington has the lead. George Washington just 7 points away from its first win of the season, first win of the Katie Reifert era. The George Washington team that has not been over 500 since way back in the fall of 2019. They were 2-25 a season ago, 0-11 out of conference. They were 1-9 in the spring of 21 season, 15-14 in 2019. But a win today will be huge for this young squad and this young coaching staff. LIU, though, gets the point. It's 8-5. One thing Reifert said about early on, especially last weekend, chemistry and nerves were affecting execution. But for a group that features 9 newcomers, you can tell today that they have really settled in nicely as a group. With 4 matches under its belt before this afternoon's square-off with the Long Island Sharks. Dug up by the libero Robinson. Sent back over. Struggling is LIU, and that's another kill for Brittany Myers. She's had herself a career day. 20 kills for the Alexandria, Virginia native and the Rhode Island transfer. Bella Bowman checks in, with GW holding a 4-point advantage. Katie Reifert and assistant coach Nicole Alford up from the bench. Gives some commands to its squad. Set in the middle, back to the near side. Swing, tipped at the net, and that time it's a kill for Barbara Hoskova. It's Hoskova's 8th kill of the match. LIU gets it back. Nova serves. Low one. On the serve receive was Elizabeth Drelling. Battle for the ball out of system. So Womble will send a free ball over. Set at the net. Over from the far side. Excellent job by Womble to dig it up. Set at the line. Over from Drelling. Another dig in system. Here comes LIU and gets a kill. That time for Anne-Marie Smith. LIU has cut the deficit to 2, and GW will take a timeout. 9-7 the score. George Washington has the lead as the Colonials are on the doorstep of win number 1 in the Katie Reifert era. But LIU will not go away quite yet. You see Ken Coe, the 7th-year head coach, addressing his team. George Washington, a team that certainly expected growing pains. They've had them so far. But today, it's been a valiant effort for the George Washington Colonials. Ken Coe, we mentioned earlier, picked up win number 100 in his career with last night's defeat of the NJIT Highlanders. Looking for win number 101, but it certainly won't come without a valiant comeback from his squad. Once again, I'm Jake Starr. Thanks for joining us for the second of 4 today. This and the next one between GW and NJIT on the Bucknell Athletics YouTube channel. And then the final match of this weekend's Bucknell Invitational between the Bison and the LIU Sharks. Underway a little bit after 4 on ESPN+. Nova serves. That one's set up near side, swing, kill, as it's knocked out of bounds by LIU. Liv Womble picks herself up, another kill. The ball goes back the GW's way. Markella Lanera set the serve. Gets it over. Serve receive. Pushed on over, and it's in for a point. For LIU, that makes it 10-8. Sharks keeping pace ever so slightly. But outside of the first set, it's really been whatever team grabbed the lead early has been the team that's won. Colonials looking to keep that trend alive. Set in the middle. Drelling. Blocked out of bounds. Another kill for Elizabeth Drelling. And George Washington 4 points away from win number 1 on the season. And LIU will take its second and final timeout of this 5th set. 11-8 the score. George Washington has the lead. A match that's approaching 2.5 hours. That has gone the distance between these two squads. LIU won the first 28-26. They won the second for GW 25-14. LIU captured the third 25-21. Then the Colonials won set number 4 25-20, and that's where we stand. 2-2 in sets and 11-8. The lead currently for George Washington. Next match between George Washington and NJIT will start roughly 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Should it end before 1:30, be a little bit more of a half-hour intermission, but if this match goes past 1:30, 1:32-ish, then it'll be a 30-minute exactly intermission for this GW team that has certainly put it all on the line in this match. They're going to have to rally and bounce back quickly for what I'm sure is a very tired group, but a group that has shown incredible grit and incredible heart so far this afternoon. Grace Allred serves. Gets it over, set up in the middle, over to the near side for LIU. Excellent job keeping it in play. And a free ball sent over by Liv Womble. And there's a kill that time. Barbara Haskova, the Czech Republic native, cuts the GW lead to just 2. It's 11-9. Allie Murs steps to the back line to serve. Overpass on the serve receive from Robinson. In system is LIU. Covering is George Washington. Joust at the net. They can't get it over. And it's a 1-point deficit now for LIU. Allie Murs serves again. Looking to spark a little bit of a run and tie this up. Set in the middle. Womble, roll shot. In system are the Sharks. Here's Mukova. Sends it over. Free ball, pushed over by Liv Womble. LIU in system, down the middle attack, hits the net, and that's a big point for George Washington. Couple of subs for the Colonials. In comes Penelope Hippler, along with Brittany Myers. Drelling and Bowman check out. 3 points, all that stands between George Washington and win number 1. Hippler serves, gets it over. Murs sets it up in the middle. In system. Swing, kill. Liv Womble again. 13-10 the score. LIU takes a timeout. It's last of the set. And Kenko will look to gather his troops. And for George Washington, they are so close to breaking through and picking up its first win of the season and its first win of the Katie Ryford era. As you see, just a chance for George Washington. Get a bit of a breather before the final 2 points. On the other side, Kenko has his squad gathered around him. Just trying to put the right pieces in place to find a way to come back and win this 5th set. There is no next set. So whoever wins set number 5 will capture the victory. LIU breaks out of the huddle. GW now remains in the huddle in front of head coach Katie Ryford. She's in her first season, as we've said. A win today will be career win number 1 for Ryford. She played for this George Washington team from 2007 to 2010, was a standout for 4 years. Now she's back coaching her alma mater, an experience that she has called a whirlwind, but has been awesome so far and a great opportunity to coach where she has played. Hippler serves, 2 points, all GW needs. Murs sets it up, down the middle attack. Robinson comes down with it on the dig. Myers, far side, cross court. And that's blocked out of bounds. Kill belongs to Celine Mukara. 13-11 the score. LIU trails by 2, set number 5. All tied up at 2 apiece. Smith serves, Myers on the receive. That's set up by Allred over to the near side. Womble. Battle at the net. Stays in play. Hippler puts it over. Murs sets it up. Back to the near side. Blocked in. Kill. And a point. It was the duo of Liv Womble and Sierra Porter to go up for it. And it's match point number 1 for the George Washington Colonials. Amina Robinson, freshman libero, will serve. Quick sub. Lanera in for Porter. Robinson to serve, match on the line. LIU needs a point to stay alive. In system, they set it down the middle. It's blocked. Covered, though, by Scott. Here's another attack. Excellent dig up. Robinson sets it up. Myers will send a free ball over, but she sent it around the far antenna. So the point belongs to LIU. They trail by 2. Need 2 more. Katie Berg serves. Over softly. Robinson sets it up. They're in system. There's a swing and a block back. Olivia Lucia went up for it, got the hand on it. And Katie Ryford will take a timeout. 14-13, GW still leads. They need 1 more point. But no one ever said win number 1 for Katie Ryford was going to be easy. You're seeing that right now. It's been a 2-0 run for the LIU Sharks. Take a look at some of the highlights so far tonight between these two teams. And a matchup that has really just been back and forth. As we said, LIU won the first, GW the second. LIU the third, GW the fourth. So it's been back and forth. And the Colonials looking to snap that trend that they've seen of back and forth and capture set number 5. And for a young group, a competitive group, get its first win of the season. NJIT awaits on, because right at the conclusion of this match, the teams will begin to warm up, and GW will get just 30 minutes to cool down. But if they can win, they'll have the momentum certainly going into the third of 4 matches today, and the 5th of 6 matches in this weekend's Bucknell Invitational. LIU will serve down by 1. No timeouts left for either team, so next time we stop will be the conclusion of this match. Anissa Lopez in for the first time today. She'll serve. Grad student out of Long Beach, California. Floats it over. Robinson on the setup. They're in system. Near side swing, just out of bounds. Off the hands of Liv Womble, but they're saying it might have been tipped. But the point is awarded to the direction of LIU. Coaching staff telling their group, move forward. Keep playing its game. 14 apiece now in set number 5. Lopez to serve. In system again. Allred sets it up. Womble, it's tipped. Can Bucknell get it? LIU, that is, couldn't get it over the Bucknell logo. 15-14. Another match point coming up for George Washington. Elma Jolo checks in for her setter counterpart, Grace Allred. Liv Womble to serve. George Washington leads by 1, looking to win the match. Gets it over. In system are the Sharks. Over to the far side. Swing. It's out of bounds. Off the hands of Mukara. And George Washington gets the first win under new head coach Katie Reifert. And the first win of the season for the Colonials. A 5-set victory that George Washington wins the final 2, battles back from behind, and beats the Long Island Sharks. LIU won set 1, 28-26. George Washington set 2, 25-14. LIU the third, 25-21. George Washington the fourth, 25-20. And then George Washington the fifth, 16-14. So George Washington will celebrate briefly, but then sights will be set on NJIT. That match underway in a little under a half hour from Davis Gym. On behalf of our entire crew, I'm Jake Starr. We'll step aside briefly. We'll talk to you in a half hour, a little bit after 2 o'clock for NJIT and George